Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So today's video is a cook and clean with me. I haven't done one of these in a while, so I'm super excited for it. I'm sharing how I make my lentil soup, which is a vegan dish that my toddler and my entire family loves. Super easy and very yummy. And then we're also gonna do some stream cleaning and organizing in different rooms of the house. I did first want to mention that the Mrs. Meyer's spring campaign with Grove Collab is out this month, and you could get all of these items for free. I have a link in the description box so you guys could check it out to see how you could get all of these for free. This is my favorite campaign because it has the best scents. Mint, peony, they are my favorite scents. I absolutely love them, so make sure you check it out. I love Grove Collab. They make my life easier. You guys know that I love them. So if you guys want to check it out, make sure you check the description box. So today we're starting in our room. As you can tell, Penelope's helping me changing the sheets, making the bed, and then just kind of like getting the room straightened up. I did want to mention that my comforter I found at TJ Maxx randomly, and it was on sale because some of the decorative pillows were dirty, so I got it. The comforter was completely fine and I just got rid of the pillows, but it is from TJ Maxx. I don't have a link for it, and I haven't been able to find it again, so for everyone that keeps asking me about it, that's where I got it. So once I finish making the bed, I'm gonna go ahead and fold some wash. I am trying to do as much wash as I can today, so I'm gonna go ahead and fold this wash, put it away, straighten up the room a little bit more, and then we're gonna go ahead and move to our guest bedroom because my mom and my mother-in-law are visiting, and the room is a complete disaster. You guys are about to see it, and it needs to be organized and clean. Okay, so here's a little life hack that I've been doing to help me actually put my wash away. I've been folding the wash in the room that everything belongs to, and that way, instead of putting it back in the basket and leaving it there for days, I just put it away the moment I fold it. So we need to clean up this room because my mom is coming and she will be staying here, and as you can tell, it's a disaster. So we're just gonna go ahead and get this cleaned up and cook while we do it. Penelope's napping so far, so I'm going to try to get done as much as I can while she naps. So as you can tell, the room is a disaster. Because we don't use this room a lot, I feel like everything that I need out of the way at a certain point ends up in this room. So I'm going to start by putting away all these clothes that is hanging here, and then I'm just going to go ahead and start dusting everything off. The room is super dusty, so I'm gonna start cleaning, and as I clean, I will organize the mess. To clean these shelves, I'm using the end dust spray with a microfiber towel. I really love this spray. It doesn't leave any residue and it smells really, really good. I've been using it since the holidays and it has lasted me a good time, and it has been working really well for us. Those years did not recognize the person that's inside. Moving on to the floating shelves, I am using just the same spray and microfiber towel, and I am just working my way from the top all the way to the bottom. Decorating the shelves was so much fun, just finding pieces that I love to like put on them. But when it comes to cleaning them, I hate it because there's so many little decorations on it and I have to move everything in order to clean them. So this is not my favorite part. Moving on to the small table, I'm using the same spray. The thing I love the most about this spray is that you could use it in more than wood surfaces, so it works well on pretty much every surface you have. So now moving to the desk, as you could tell, it is a complete disaster. There's so many things here, so I'm starting by just kind of moving everything out of the way, organizing everything, and then we're just gonna go ahead and wipe things down. Okay, so here's a question for you guys. Do you guys have a room in your house or a spot where everything lands, just like all random stuff just land there when you're in a rush and you just put them there and they just start piling up until you're like, what happening here? I feel like this is the way I feel about this room. It's nice and we don't even use it, and it's nice and organized and clean, and then little by little I just start putting things in it in a rush and not putting them away, and then by the time I go check on it, it's like a whole disaster, something that would just take me so much longer to clean up. But I'm just wondering if I'm the only person that does this, or you guys have a room like this at your house. Comment down below and let me know. So because I haven't done any cleaning in this room in a bit, it is super dusty, so I'm taking care of the blinds with my Swiffer duster extender, which is a great thing to have because it just extends and you can reach everything. So I'm just kind of just dusting them off before I start cleaning off the desk. And again, because this desk is a bit dusty, I'm first going in with this Swiffer duster, kind of getting rid of most of the dust, also moving some things around in this little holder because they're pretty dusty, and for that I'm just using the Swiffer duster. I love the way that it just picks up dust really easily, so I'm just kind of dusting everything off and then I'll go ahead and wipe it down. I really need to declutter a lot of this makeup in this room because I know there's things that need to be thrown out. So let me know if you guys would like to see a decluttering of makeup down below, and I could make a video for you guys. Okay, moving on, I am gonna go ahead and wipe down this mirror. For the wood part, I'm using the Endust spray, and for the mirror, I'm using the Grove Collab glass concentrate, which is my most favorite glass cleaner ever. I think I say this in every video. It's still my favorite. It's amazing. And then we're moving on to the shelf again, clearing everything from on top of it. I have tons of jewelry from my last trip that I haven't put away, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a little bit of time detangling necklaces and putting away jewelry, and then I'll finish off with the shelf.
Breathe in the air, the light that surrounds me. If we hold ourselves together, we'll go far. Created a space.
Once I'm finally done putting away everything that does not belong here, I'm gonna go ahead and just wipe it down with the Endust spray and the towel, and also take care of each individual shelf and just taking everything off, going with the duster first, and then I am wiping it down with the spray.
The person that's inside. We have a purpose, but to take that.
Okay, so Penelope actually woke up at the perfect time. All I had to do here was finish this shelf and vacuum, but I could definitely do that while she's awake. I'm just glad that I got most of the organizing and cleaning done in this room where she was sleeping, because if you have a toddler, you know how hard it is to clean with them. They're constantly messing everything up, so you're organizing and you're pretty much doing double work when they're awake. So I'm super glad that I got this done, and now we're gonna go ahead and finish clearing up whatever mess there still is in here, and then we're gonna start cooking.
The story's not over. As I fall, I will continue to get up. I cannot stop because it is over. Live in the moment.
Okay, so I got done with the bedroom. All I have to do is set up the bed and vacuum in there, and I did it all while she was sleeping, which was perfect. I didn't start cooking yet because I figure I could do that when she's awake, but the cleaning of the room would just take me longer. So I just finished that. We're about to have lunch, and then I will start cooking and also doing a little cleaning. Okay, so before I actually start cooking, I like to make sure that the kitchen is cleared up and ready for me to cook, because I do like to clean as I cook, so at the end when dinner is made I don't have to clean up a bunch of dishes. So first I'm gonna go ahead and unload the dishwasher, put all the dishes away, make sure everything is put away before I start cooking. I'm also taking care of any dishes that were just drying here in this mat. And as you could tell, I'm FaceTiming. I think I was FaceTiming Tone's mom. She keeps me company while I have to get things done, or my mom, either or. But once I am done putting all the dishes away, I'm gonna go ahead and load the dishwasher with anything that we use for lunch, and then we're just gonna go ahead and start cooking. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started with my rice, and I am using this calderon, which is, I don't know if it's like a Latino type of pot, but this is what we make our rice in. I'm drizzling some olive oil, and then I'm gonna go ahead and cut up some scallions. I'm just using the white part of the scallion. You don't have to do this, but I like the flavor it gives my rice, so I'm cutting it up really small, and then I'm gonna go ahead and saute it a little bit until it's nice and see-through, but do not let it burn. Before that happens, you want to add your water. So I am doing a cup and a half of rice, so I'll be adding 3 cups of water, but the last cup of water I'm actually not going to fill it up all the way to the top. That's the way I make my rice, that's the way that I like it, and it comes out perfect every single time. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my water, and then once my water is in there, I'm gonna go ahead and add some salt. You want to make sure that your water is salty, saltier than you would like your rice, because then your rice will be perfect. Once your water is salted, you could go ahead and add your rice in there, and I just let it boil and get the water absorbed. And once the water is almost all gone, I go ahead and cover it and bring it down to a simmer until it's cooked. So what that happens, I am actually cutting up some red bell pepper and onions that we're going to be using in our lentils. For this part, you could use a chopper and it will make life easier. It's what I do a lot of times, but this time I wanted kind of like chunkier pieces of peppers and onions, so I decided to cut them by hand, but you could definitely use a chopper and it will save you a lot of time. So once my rice has been cooking for about 15 minutes, I like to go in and fluff it with a fork and cover it back up and let it keep cooking. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get the lentils going. So I'm washing some cilantro that I'm going to be using for that, and then you also want to rinse your lentils very good before you actually start cooking them. I'm using about 3 cups of lentils, which is a lot, but we do like to eat this for a while, but you could do as much as you want. Once you have them nice and rinsed, you're going to put them in a large pot with water, and you want to make sure that you have a good amount of water because they will soak up all the water. Cooking? Yeah, you're making soup? Oh, that's what you're making, what mommy's making? Oh, wow, I love it. Looks yummy. Yeah, you're cooking. Yeah, cook. Okay. Okay, so now to season the lentils, I'm gonna go ahead and use some garlic powder. I'm gonna also use some turmeric. I love the flavor that turmeric gives to food, and it's actually really good for you too. I'm gonna use some of this complete seasoning, which I use with pretty much everything. If you guys follow me for a while, you know this. And then I'm also gonna go ahead and add some onion powder. And the last thing I'm adding to this is some pepper. I do not add salt until later on because they say that it slows down the cooking process for the lentils, so I wait until later to add it. So once I have that, I'm gonna go ahead and let them cook in a medium high heat, and what that happens, I'm gonna go and throw another load of wash in the dryer, and then we're gonna go ahead and start cleaning up the kitchen.
The person that's inside.
Okay, so now that I have pretty much my whole dinner going, I'm gonna go ahead and start cleaning up the kitchen because this would just make cleanup after dinner so much easier. So I'm starting with the island, just getting everything out of the way, and I'm gonna go ahead and wipe it down. And for that, I am using the Grove Collab multi-surface concentrate, just spraying that all over and using a microfiber towel to wipe it down. And of course, I'm also taking care of any clutter that is in the island that does not belong here, just getting it out of the way so I could finish wiping everything down. Okay, so once your lentils have been cooking for about 20 minutes, you want to check them and make sure they're getting softer. And I'm gonna go ahead and saute the vegetables that I cut up earlier, which is just onion and peppers and the cilantro. I just put a little bit of olive oil in this pan, and I'm gonna go ahead and saute them. I'm adding a little bit of the complete seasoning to give them some flavor as well, and adding salt. So I am adding a good amount of salt because I haven't added any to the actual lentils. So once that's nice and brown or see-through, you want to go ahead and add it to your lentils and mix everything up.
The person that's inside.
So once I did that, I'm gonna go ahead and bring the heat down to medium and let this cook for a little while. So what that happens, I'm going back to the guest room and finishing it off by vacuuming in here. And as you could tell, Penelope is just behind me, kind of whining, kind of entertaining herself. But I'm just gonna go ahead and vacuum here, vacuum the bathroom, and take care of the rest of the kitchen. And this is why cleaning with a toddler takes so long, because she literally needs to be at my butt. So I constantly have to work around her or tell her to move, which usually ends up in her getting upset. So yeah, but we got it done. So that's the important part. Okay, so back in the kitchen, I wanted to start kind of straightening it up, everything that I have used so far. Again, just to make the rest of the night much easier on us. So I'm just putting away all the things that I dirtied. I'm gonna go ahead and start wiping down the counters because dinner is pretty much done. I mean, other than just letting this cook, you don't have to do anything else. So I am just wiping down the counters, and then I'm gonna go ahead and taste the lentils. By now, they're nice and soft. So I just want to make sure that the flavors are all there. So you could go ahead and taste it and add any more of the seasonings if you want. So I'm going to go ahead and just add a little bit of everything because this is a lot of lentils. And then I'm just going to go ahead and let it keep cooking. Honestly, guys, cleaning while you cook, like cleaning everything that you're using while you cook, I know it could be a little harder. And I know why you're doing it, but it just does make life easier because I feel like after dinner you're full and it's later, and if you leave everything just hanging out, it's just so much harder to actually clean up, and I just hate it. So I really like to just clean the dishes as I cook. That way the sink is nice and empty, and all I have to worry about is just the dishes from dinner and not the entire kitchen. So once I cleaned up all of the dishes that I use for dinner, I'm gonna go ahead and vacuum just the most used parts of my house, which is the dining room and the kitchen. If you have a toddler, you know that there's always crumbs on the floor or Play-Doh, or I don't know, I feel like there's always something on the floor. So I personally try to vacuum every other day, just the kitchen and dining room areas. Sometimes I have to do it every night. It depends on the day, but by doing it every other day, I feel like I keep up with the mess and it's not so bad when I'm doing a deeper clean. So that's what I'm doing right now. Starting with the dining room, I'm just giving it a quick vacuum, nothing too intense. And then I'm also gonna go ahead and take care of the kitchen as well.
Not recognize the person that's inside.
Moving on to the kitchen, I always like to use my detachment just to make sure that there is no crumbs or anything underneath or in between the cabinets, because there always is. And then once I'm done vacuuming the entire kitchen, I'm gonna go ahead and do a little steam mopping, just because I feel like, again, with a toddler, there's always things on the floor, and I love using my steam mop. It's super easy and it just gets rid of anything that might be stuck on the floor. And for the steam mop, I'm actually just doing this area of the kitchen where I cooked or where it tends to get dirtier, and then just kind of like doing the side of the dining room where Penelope eats, because that's usually what gets the messiest. Again, the steam mop I try to use as I feel is needed, so if I see anything on the floor, I'll use it. But I also try to just do these parts every time I vacuum, just to make sure that we are keeping them nice and clean. So once I'm done with the steam mop, I am pretty much done. So I'm lighting up a candle to take care of the food smell, and also to relax me. And we're pretty much done. This is what the room ended up looking like after I organized it. That clothes that you see over there is for my Poshmark, so I just have to take pictures of it, so that's why I left it there. But we're pretty much done. Dinner is served. Here is the lentil soup. Looks so good. It tastes really, really good. Rice is done. I'm just gonna have a cup of this with some sliced avocado on top. Penelope will have rice and lentils because she loves them, and everything is nice and clean. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it useful. Let me know if you have any questions about the lentil soup or anything on the video. Thank you so much for watching. If this is your first time watching us, I hope you guys subscribe and make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you would like to see more cleaning videos. Thanks for watching. Bye.